Alright, what's up? Of all the places to meet, it had to be fate. Mayhaps it was my imagination, but you seem rather more rugged and world-weary than when we last spoke. A lot has happened. That's underestimating it.
Words cannot express how glad I am to see you both alive and well. And you too. Though it'd be pretty obvious you and Loso would be fine. The Crystal Braves never had a realistic chance of capturing any of the Scions, divided as they were, and distrusted by a better part of Eorzea. But if you truly believe that, forgive me, then what exactly have you two been doing this whole time?
It's taken me a while to get used to their new voices. I'm still hooked on their older ones.
Repaying a favor. After the banquet, we had no choice but to flee Ul'dah, and we would have been able to do so with the aid of some old friends from...
We wouldn't have been able to do so without some friends from the Resistance.
He's right. They smuggled us out of the city and sheltered us in Little Alamigo, all at great risk to themselves. Obviously, we couldn't let that go unacknowledged, so we offered to help them with their operations for a while. When we learned of the Scions' exoneration, that Lolorito had severed all ties with the Crystal Braves, that General Roban had visited the interstated, and resolved to make contact. But having long since disbanded our link pairs as a precautionary measure, our options were rather limited. To make matters more complicated, we were embroiled in a delicate operation at the time, leaving me with little choice but to entrust a letter to a courier. I gathered from your puzzled expression, however, that you never received it. To be honest, we thought this might happen. While the masks are happy to let refugees spread word within the community, they're pretty strict about communicating with outsiders. Oh, and we've heard a rumor that the Griffin doesn't want us meddling in his affairs. The Griffin mistrusts the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Curious? Well, it is well known that we are no friends to Goldemond. But one would think the man who saw beseeching all in the sundry to join his cause would welcome our support. I should say that the man you saw was not in fact the Griffin, but an impostor, a talented rabble-rouser to boot. 'Twould not surprise me if he were responsible for the majority of these public appearances. But as you may have gathered, the Griffin is an extremely cautious and distrusting man who's made every effort to conceal his identity. Even when we permitted in a raid under his direct command, we were not permitted to approach him. It's hard to know what to make of it all. The secrecy, the imposters, the masks. What? It's not as if I'm making you wear one. Mine only covers half my face. It's completely different. Anyway, when we heard the Griffin was due to give a speech, we thought it might be a good opportunity to get a better sense of the man behind the, to get a better sense of the man. For good it did. And now you've heard the whole of it. But tell me, what prompted you to take an interest in the Griffin? Summoning? You're not serious. I can't believe it. The Resistance would never even entertain such a ridiculous plan. But the Griffin? Well, that man is an enigma. I cannot say with any confidence what he would or would not do. What I can say, however, is that the speech we heard today was not the first to make reference to a power capable of defeating the Empire. The masks have made many such claims of late, I confess, and I had assumed it be mere bluster, but in the context of the shipments of which you spoke, it is not impossible to say they are alluding to a primal. Whatever it is, we'll find it together, and if anyone tries to stop us, they'll have to answer to me. Indeed. That is assuming you'll have us.
I don't see why we wouldn't. I don't see why we wouldn't have them. So what I'm thinking is it has to involve, what was that fucker's name? The evil Olafel with like the little mustache and goatee. He was digging up something that was like another weapon. It was like some kind of other weapon. So maybe they found that, and they're gonna use that against the Empire. Because I don't think a primal would do too much against them. But I don't know. A single primal, I don't think it would. In retrospect, their tale is not so surprising. We had reason to believe that they had escaped with the aid of the Alamegan refugees, after all. Still, Tataru will be delighted to hear that we have been reunited, once we have attended to matters here, of course. Do you honestly think he's planning to liberate Alamigo with the help of a primal? I mean, could he really be that stupid? Desperate people are desperately stupid at times. Papalymo has a mind to learn the Griffin's true intentions. Let's scale this window up. I want to be a little bigger. That's a bit too big. Let's scale that down a little bit. There we go. That's fine.
If, as you suspect, the Griffin is indeed plotting to summon a primal, we must needs obtain confirmation that there is yet time to act. To that end, I propose we question his double. Given his role as a group de facto mouthpiece, it should not be surprised if he would be one of Griffin's closest associates. And while he may not be aware of the most sensitive details, he can probably tell us the mask's plan in broad strokes. Like the man who he impersonates, however, he's wary of outsiders. We will not expose him without suitable incentive. My plan is as follows. You and Alphino opposed adventurers fallen on hard times, inspired by his words to take up arms for a noble cause. Ida and I, as members of the Resistance, will recount the tales of your past achievements and testify to your usefulness in the struggles ahead. With your enthusiastic assurances still ringing in his ears, he will decide to welcome you in person. We will arrange a meeting. You will need to look the part. That we might suggest that we might maintain the charade until we have him cornered at least. Here, this should be enough to purchase suitable garments from the Tailbot, and have him rub a respectable amount of dirt on them for good measure. Any questions? Well, that's a decent plan, but I'm kind of distinct. It all seems simple enough. Thank you. And with that, Losa, let us be off. I mean, like, I'm kind of like a very unique-looking individual. That's the issue. Identities will be revealed, but it can't be helped. We don't have that much time for a clever approach. Tailbot has an assortment of affordable clothing which he sells to refugees. The sum in the sacks should be more than suffice, but if it and my name are not enough to secure his cooperation, pay him double. I shall see that you're whatever. I can't word. I can't English. I can't speak. Wait, am I going the right way? Yes, I'm going the right way. Let's see. If any of my friends over there are streaming, I should do well to give them a lurk. Okay, let's go into here. Alright, here we go. Well, don't look at me, you're the one with the sack of gil. You do have a sack of gil, don't you? Yeah, you want to buy what? I don't know what you're up to, but I want no part of it. Well, you're the ones with the gil, seen as your friends at Papalymo. There, tunic and socks for the both of you, tailored and, treated to your tastes. Now off with you, before someone sees us together. Don't tell me you lost in this ball. Tall's balls, woman. Clothes maketh the man, as they say. Right then, I'll go and change, and I see the spot Papalymo marked on our maps. Okay. There's something with just Alamiga in general where, like, you just have to look dirty all the time. Which one is it? It's not cotton shirt. I'm not sure. The tunic and weathered shepherd slops. I should really clean out this bag. It's getting a little bit cluttered. Do I still have the old ones from, like, back in the fucking day? I think I do. For, like, the first time I had to dress in, like, the sloppy clothes. Oh, God. I think we really need to... You know, wait. Get out of here. These walls can't contain me. I'm too powerful. Let me out of here. Stop lurking. Hey, Gwen. How are you doing? Oh, well, I have to lurk. Dad's lurking in my chat. I want to lurk for him, too. If my bandwidth can afford it, I'm gonna try to lurk for people whenever I'm streaming. Okay, we have to really look the part for this. Take the weapon off. All right, we're gonna really glam this up. Hold up. I got some crappy gloves I can put on. Let's put on some gloves like there. Okay. Because like I said, we gotta really, there we go. Now we look like garbage. Now we look like someone who's ready to commit horrible crimes for the sake of getting our land back. But I mean, it's
I don't like the Galrians, but should we... If they're just gonna suffer... This is not about them, this is about the Warriors of Darkness. This is not about them.
Well, look at us. A pair of down-at-the-heel adventurers seeking a chance to recapture past glories. Yes, this should suffice. Now, we play the waiting game.
I should have dyed this. I could dye this clothes. Yeah, don't pay no attention to the aura woman with the distinctly gray skin.
My thanks, comrades.
He not at all. I not at all look unique. You've never seen me before. I am
You
not a
must be
unique
the
character.
esteemed adventurers of whom I've heard so much.
I should have put a hood on or something.
understand you have taken an interest in our cause.
I feel like we should have had like a mask on or something. We're kind of well known.
A great interest, you might say. Your words have certainly made quite an impression on my friend and I.
Ooh.
The Resistance has long, and some would say wisely, avoided open engagements with the Garleans, but you and yours seem confident against the world in arms.
Look at that crest on the back. I like his look. I want to steal it. I want his look.
I can only assume you have good reason to be so bold. Why, one might even think you are planning to summon a primal.
Oh, wow. What? That'd be crazy, Alfie. We can't do that.
Because that would do much to explain the sizable shipment of crystals you recently received from your smuggler friends, whom our Ishgardian allies have since detained, lest you wonder.
Yo, Alfie, can we do good cop, bad cop? Can we do good cop, bad cop? Where you're the bad cop, and I'm gonna be like, oh no, don't worry about him. He hit his head, and then like we get him tea or something like that. You know, that could be good cop, bad cop. We could do that. Oh. He realizes.
I'd like to hear more about the Griffin. The real Griffin. Your performance earlier didn't fool us.
The famous scions of the Seventh Dawn. I should have known better than to think I could conceal the truth from you lot.
I like his look because it reminds me of like Jack of Blades from Fable. If anyone's played Fable, like Jack of Blades is like that. He's like looks like that except in more red and black, and he's looks a bit eviler. But I mean, I like that look in general. It's really nice.
You are right. I am not the Griffin, but I speak with his voice, and it was at his behest that we procured those crystals. You are wrong, however, if you think that we procured them to summon a primal.
Okay.
We used them to reach an accord with the Amalja. In exchange for crystals to summon their god, they will aid us in the fight for Alamegan liberation.
I feel like they would betray you, immediately temper your people, and sacrifice them.
You've got to be joking. Have you gone completely mad?
I don't think that will work at all.
When people find out you helped the Lizardmen summon Ifrit, they'll turn on the Resistance. Alamigo will never be free.
This isn't a fairy tale, girl. We don't have the luxury to play at being honorable heroes.
A little bit of a point, yeah.
It's because the likes of you wouldn't sully your saintly hands that Alamigo's been under the yoke for the past 20 years. But the Griffin won't stand for it, and neither will we. We're ready to do whatever it takes.
I mean, it's desperation leading to just desperate plans.
What proof do you have of this arrangement with the Amalja?
Thank you for the alert, Taki.
What? Aside from a lack of crystals? None. But the beastmen have a great big pile of the things if you fancy looking. You might want to hurry, though. It'll not be long before they summon their god. Search our camp if you don't believe me. We have naught to hide.
Like, how he's still wearing those arm gauntlets for some reason. I feel like he would have gotten better gloves.
If there is a cache to be found, Ida and I will find it.
Then let us be off.
Give me your mask.
Are you perchance the warrior of light?
Bitch, I might be. I mean, it's pretty obvious.
Aye, I thought so. You should know that a great many who have joined us did so because you saved them. Because you showed them that one brave woman can make a difference. You saved me too once. Helped a friend over in Quarry Mill make some medicine I needed. But that was a lifetime ago.
I think I remember that quest.
On behalf of my brothers and sisters, I thank you. You gave us hope where there was none, courage and strength when all was lost. We shall not squander your gift.
I want that cape, though. I want his armor. His armor's so cool looking.
I know that look, Ida, and I do not like it. You cannot seriously be contemplating taking up arms with that band of cutthroats.
But look, her face is covered by a mask. That's really impressive, Papalima. You can tell what he's... what she's thinking, because her eyes are completely covered. In the quarry mill.
If the Griffin and his men have their way, it is only a matter of time before the situation in Alamigo comes to a head.
I think I remember that quest, though. I remember getting someone medicine at one point, and there was like...
Your homeland's future teeters on a knife edge, and any reckless action, however small, could have irrevocable consequences. You mustn't lose sight of that, Ida. When the time comes, we must all make our choices, but we must do so in full possession of the facts. Now, let us away. There is work to be done.
Alright. What hat could I have worn? It just doesn't matter at all. But, you know, fashion. If I just put on this. No. I put on this. They'd never be able to... No, I put on this. They'd never be able to tell me apart. Oh, wait, I got this. There we go. Hidden. Completely. They would never suspect me.
The quarry mill, he said. Do you remember? Forgive me. You cannot be expected to recall every name and face. Besides, it's not if it matters. I have long admired how you live in the present, how you focus on the problems at hand and always keep moving forward. So let us keep moving forward together, Losa. We must find and secure those crystals. There is no time for looking back.
Just give me the money. I thought I would keep moving forward. Oh, look, it's totally not Urianger.
If we take the Griffin's double at his word, then the crystals are now somewhere within Zaharak, ready to be put to use by the Amalja. We must appraise Alisay of all we've learned. I'll join you both in Little Alamigo after I've changed.
Takes you that long to change, Alfie? Come on, man. Okay. Oh, Thancred's here. Hey, what's up, bud? Kept you waiting. My apologies. What's up, Alfie? Ah, much better. Subterfuge is never my strong suit. You prepare for battle, then.
Now that Thancred has finally arrived, perhaps you could share your latest findings?
You mean to tell me that while we were worrying ourselves sick, Ida and Papalima were here all along? Well, your story will be believed. And also angry. Mainly angry, I should think. As for the crystals, what choice do we have? We cannot very well leave them in the hands of the Amalja. For all we know, they could be preparing to summon Ifrit even as we speak. We must make for Zaharak without delay.
Agreed. If there's naught else to discuss, then let's depart at once.
Yeah. And who is this over here behind the rocks? Hello? It's the masked man, guys. Hey, hey, love. What's up, love? It's the masked man. I totally have no idea who it is. Do you know who it is? I think it might be, oh, fuck, I was gonna say something clever. I lost it. Fuck, I don't know. I think it might be Nero. You know? He bought a Fantasia potion.
And so they go forth, in accordance with the Griffin's plan. The players gather to assume their masks on a stage wreathed in flame. Ere long, the curtain shall rise, and the drama, which I am the author, gods forgive me, shall at last be performed. Naught else remaineth, save to stand at the ready, and pray that the chance is seized, for never shall we know again its like.
I didn't read that line right. It's okay. Hope you're doing good, love. We are trying to get through this part of the game. All seems calmer. Is it possible we've been deceived? I think there would be more obvious signs that something was afoot, but if anything, this place seems quieter than I remember. I have a bad feeling about this. I feel like we're gonna get ambushed by the Warriors of Darkness. I feel like it's gonna happen.